Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today's Friday, February 20th. Coming up on Cullman Today, a West Point school bus was rear-ended on Highway 157. Plus, Alabama high schoolers can now sign up for the Presidential 1776 Award. And a familiar face in local math education is heading to St. Bernard Prep. All this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Cullman County Schools says a West Point school bus was involved in a crash yesterday morning on Highway 157 at Battleground. The district says the bus was stopped when it was rear-ended by a pickup truck. Officials say students and the driver were not seriously hurt, and one rider was taken to the hospital as a precaution. The district says students were moved to another bus to finish the route to school. Governor Kay Ivey is encouraging Alabama high school students to test their knowledge of civics and American history through a nationwide competition tied to the country's upcoming 250th birthday celebration. In a recent message, Ivey highlighted the Presidential 1776 Award, a national challenge created to strengthen students' understanding of America's founding, civic traditions, and the principles of self-government. The competition starts with the Impossible Test, an online civics exam open to high school students across the country. Top scorers from each state advance to regional semifinals, and finalists move on to a nationally broadcast championship in Washington, D.C. Organizers say scholarship prizes totaling $250,000 will be awarded to top competitors. Registration is open now at presidential1776award.org, and students must sign up by February 22nd. The online test window runs from February 22nd through March 1st. St. Bernard Preparatory School says Brandon Smith will join its mathematics department beginning with the 26-27 school year. The school's headmaster announced the hire, noting Smith brings more than 25 years of experience in secondary and college-level education. Smith currently serves as math department chair and instructor at Wallace State Community College, where he has spent 22 years leading curriculum work and supporting student success. He will complete his service at Wallace State on June 1st as he retires from the college. St. Bernard says Smith has taught students at all levels from foundational math to advanced courses and is known for an engaging, student-centered approach that emphasizes problem-solving and enrichment. The school also noted his connection to campus, having taught several current faculty members over the years. Smith and his wife Sonia live in the area and have 2 children and 2 granddaughters. St. Bernard says it looks forward to welcoming him to campus next school year. And just a quick reminder that the annual Severe Weather Preparedness Sales Tax holiday starts today and goes through midnight Sunday. Qualifying items may be purchased free of state and local sales tax, so it's a great time to stock up. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, we'll have the latest from the Northwest Regional Tournament. Sports is next. Welcome back. Well, Good Hope is headed back to the Elite Eight. For the 6th straight season, the Lady Raiders faced Deschler in the regional semifinals Tuesday night, and Good Hope pulled away late for a 60-50 win. The game was tight early, with the Lady Raiders taking a 33-30 lead into halftime. Deschler surged in the third quarter, but Good Hope answered with a key run to regain control and carried the lead through the fourth. Lexi Marshall led the way with 22 points, knocking down 6 three-pointers and added 6 rebounds. Sophie Conrad finished with 12 points and 4 steals, and Ella Gossett scored 12 with 4 assists. Ella Davis posted a double-double with 11 points and 13 rebounds, plus 5 assists. Good Hope will face Wilson in the Class 4A Regional Final Monday night at 7:30. West Point is also headed to the Elite Eight. The number 4 Lady Warriors, winners of 27 straight, rolled past number 7 Priceville 65-32 Thursday afternoon at Tom Drake Coliseum in a 5A Sweet 16 matchup. West Point led by 9 at halftime, then blew it open with a big third quarter and never looked back. The Lady Warriors set the tone defensively, limiting Priceville's looks inside and forcing the Bulldogs to play faster than they wanted. The Faulkner twins, Jalen and Cameron, fueled the pace and finished with a combined 35 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. Lakeland Shaddix added a strong defensive effort in the post with 3 steals and 3 blocks. West Point advances to face number 2 Gunnersville on Monday at 4 p.m. at Wallace State. And after missing out on the Northwest Regional last season, Cullman made getting back a mission, and they did it in style yesterday afternoon. The Bearcats faced the same team that ended their run a year ago, Clay Chalkville, and the rematch turned into a defensive grind early. Neither team scored for more than 3 minutes, and the game stayed tight the entire first half, tied 18-18 at the break. Cullman flipped the script in the third quarter, ripping off a huge run to build a 9-point cushion heading to the fourth, the turning point in a 53-41 win. Sam Duro led the Bearcats with 21 points, including 15 in the second half. Gray Hopper added 14 points and 5 rebounds, and Brooks Lofton chipped in 9 points, 8 boards, 4 blocks, and a big dunk. Cullman advances to the Elite Eight for the third time in 5 seasons. For all the highlights from the tournament, check out CullmanTribune.com or the Cullman Tribune Facebook page. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, WildWater is hiring now for summer jobs, and they're offering free Red Cross lifeguard certification if you work with the park this season. Plus, Alabama Extension says now's the time to plant cool season veggies, set hardy annuals, and prune shrubs before spring growth. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Cullman County Schools recently welcomed nationally recognized speaker Damon West to share his Be a Coffee Bean message with students in grades 7 through 12. West challenged students to think about how they respond when life gets hard and to choose resilience over negativity. The coffee bean message centers on the idea that students don't have to be shaped by tough circumstances. They can help change the environment around them instead. Through personal stories and practical lessons, he encouraged students to rise above adversity, lead with character, and make a positive impact on the people around them. School leaders say opportunities like this are designed to support student growth and reinforce strong decision-making both in and out of the classroom. WildWater is ramping up for the summer season and is now hiring for hundreds of positions, including lifeguards, food and retail, and maintenance. The park says the jobs are a good fit for students, teachers, and retirees with flexible scheduling and team perks. WildWater is also offering free lifeguard training and American Red Cross certification for applicants who work with the park this summer. Participants must be at least 16 years old, and a swim pretest is required. To apply, visit wildwatercullman.com/jobs. For details on the free lifeguard training and certification, email tyarborough@cprst.org. The Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce will host a free Bring Your Lunch and Learn on Tuesday, February 24th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Chamber office on 2nd Avenue Southwest. The session features Zach Bennett, a director in CaseOff's Healthcare Tax and Advisory Group, with a talk titled From Legislation to Strategy, Understanding the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and Your Taxes. Organizers say the discussion will cover how key business and individual tax provisions could impact employers, employees, and business owners, along with practical planning ideas. Admission is free, and lunch will be provided to those who pre-register. To sign up, register through the Cullman Chamber events page online. Even with a chill in the air, Alabama Extension says now is a great time to get a head start on spring. February is ideal for planning and prepping, so your garden, landscape, and lawn are ready when warmer weather arrives. Extension recommends continuing to plant cool season vegetables, adding hardy annuals, and pruning shrubs before new growth begins. It's also a good time to check soil, plan garden beds, and make sure you have the supplies you'll need for the weeks ahead. For a full list of what to plant and when, Extension points gardeners to two online resources, the Home Gardener's Planting Guide and the Alabama Gardener's Calendar at aces.edu. And if you have questions, the Extension Gardener Helpline is available with research-based advice at 877-252-4769. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who lost their lives this week. William Frankie Voss, 70 of Moulton, passed away Wednesday, February 18th. Visitation will be Sunday, February 22nd from 1 to 3 p.m. at Lawrence Funeral Home, followed by funeral service at 3 p.m. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Just a slight chance of a shower early today, then we'll turn mostly sunny with a high near 71. Winds stay light and go calm by mid-morning. Tonight, rain moves back in, showers become likely late, and we could hear a rumble of thunder after midnight, low around 50 with an 80% chance of rain. Saturday, we keep a 40% chance of showers mainly before noon, then we'll dry out and turn partly sunny with a high near 68. Saturday night turns cooler, a small chance of a shower early, then partly cloudy with a low near 35. We'll also have some north-northwest gusts up to around 25. Sunday looks bright but much colder, sunny with a high near 48, and Sunday night we drop to around 24 under clear skies. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful weekend, Cullman.